Hi, good morning everybody. Today we'll start the new chapter, probability, which you have basics of probability you learned at our 10th class. Probability, what is meant by the probability? Before going for probability, what is meant by a random experiment? What is meant by a random experiment? An experiment conducted in the similar conditions for many times, but the outcome is not fixed and we cannot expect the outcome. Such type of experiments are called as random experiments. So random experiment means the outcome which we cannot expect is called as a random experiment. Similar conditions, if we conduct the same experiment under the similar condition, we conduct the experiment for 10 times. 10 times the result may not be same, may be same, or differ in different ways. Like if you toss a coin, what happens? We don't know whether it comes tails or head. We will bet on tails. Sometimes it will come tails and we will win. Sometimes it will come head, we will lose. So when we are tossing a coin, we cannot expect the result. So it can be head first time. Second time if you toss, we don't know whether it is head or tail. It can be either again head or a tail. So if a coin is tossed 2 times, what are the outcomes we can be head, both the coins can show head, or first coin tail, second coin tail, both the coins tails can show, or it can show first coin head and second time tail, or first time tail, second time head. So when we are tossing a coin for 2 times, so there are 4 outcomes total. There are totally 4 outcomes in this random experiment. The random experiment of tossing a coin for 2 times, we are getting total 4 outcomes. Total outcomes are 4. But outcome is not fixed. It can be head or it can be tail. So possible outcomes are this. If I am tossing for n times, it can be anything. It can be tail or head or tail. But if I am repeating the same experiment under the similar conditions, the result is not same. Such type of experiment is called as random experiment. And possible outcomes of the random experiment, all the possible outcomes of the random experiment, if we form a set, that is called as sample space. Sample space is nothing but all the possible outcomes. All the possible outcomes is known as sample space. All the possible outcomes is called as sample space. Here the sample space is when we tossing a coin for 2 coins, the sample space is head, tail, tail. If I toss the same coin for 1 time, the sample space is tail, head. If I toss the coin for 3 times, then possible outcomes are all the 3 heads or 3 tails or head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, head, tail. So these are the sample spaces when the coin is tossed for 2 times, coin is tossed for 1 time, coin is tossed for 3 times. So sample space is nothing but all the possible outcomes. All the possible outcomes is called as sample space. Sample space. Make a note of the sample spaces, all the possible outcomes. All the possible outcomes. All the possible outcomes. And each outcome is called as a simple event. Each outcome is called as a simple event. Simple event. Each outcome of this is called as a simple event. Here HH is one simple event, tail is one simple event, head tail is one simple event, and tail head is another simple event. So each outcome is called as a simple event or elementary event or elementary event or elementary event. For example, if I am tossing a die, so what are the possible outcomes? So sample space is I can get 1 R2, R3, R4, R5, R6. So this is sample space for single die. If I am passing a die for 2 times, what are the possible outcomes? Sample space 1, 1. So both the dice can show 1. First die 1, second die 2. First die 1, second die 3. First die 1, second die 4. And so on. First die 1, second die 5. First die 1, second die 6. And so on like this 2, 1, 2, 2 and so on 2, 6. Like 3, 1, 3, 2 and so on 2, 6. So like this it will continue for 6, 1 and so on 6, 6. So both the dice can show 6. So maximum possible outcomes when 2 dice are thrown, possible outcomes are 36, 6 into 6. For each die 6. So for 2 dice, 6 into 6, 36 are the possible outcomes. So sample space when 2 dice are thrown is this. Sample space when 1 die is thrown is this. So like this is called as a sample space, and each element is called as a simple event or sample event of the sample space. If E1, E2 are 2 subsets of the sample space, if E1, E2 are 2 subsets of the sample space, what is E1? So E1 is, what is, for example, I am taking here, E1 is all the even outcomes, E1 is all the even outcomes if I am taking, and E2 is all the odd outcomes if I am taking, and E3 is all the prime numbers I will take. So 2, 3, 5. If you take these are the example, E1 is all the even numbers, and E2 is all the odd outcomes, and E3 is all the prime outcomes. Now, which are common to both are called as intersection. Means E1 intersection E2. Learn at your 10th class fifth May. You learn what is E1 intersection E2. So E1 intersection E2. What is common for both? Common for these two is called as 5. There is no common element for these two, E1 and E2. But there is common element for E1 and E3. So what is E1 intersection E3? What is E1 intersection E3? Just to recollect your sets. E1 intersection E3. What is E1 intersection E3? Which is common to both. So 2 is common for both. So E1 intersection E3 equal to 2. And E2 intersection E3. E2 intersection E3 equal to 3, 5, common to both, like this. What is E1 union E2? What is E1 union E2? E1 union E2. What is E1 union E2? You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes itself. But E2 union E3, you won't get yes. E1 union E2, you will get yes. E1 union E2 union E3, you will get yes. So, like this, you can take any subset which is called as an event. So, an event is combination of all the subsets of the sample space. An event is a subset of a sample space. Now, if two events, E1 intersection E2, E1 intersection E2 is common to both. E1 union E2 is all. Now what I want to say is, what is mutually exclusive events? Mutually exclusive events and mutually exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive events. Exclusive events. What is meant by the mutually exclusive events? Mutually exclusive events are if E1 comma E2 are subset of S. E1 comma E2 are subsets of S. If E1 E2 are subsets of S. If E1 comma E2 are subsets of S and E1 intersection E2 equal to 5. E1 intersection E2 equal to 5 means intersection of the two is null set like here. What is E1 intersection E2? 5. So if two events are like that, E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, then such events are called as mutually exclusive events. Then such events are called as mutually exclusive events. Mutually exclusive events. Exclusive events. If E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, then such events are called as mutually exclusive events. Next, here E1, E2 are mutually exclusive, but E1, E3 not mutually because intersection is something is there too. Here intersection something 3, 5 are there. So these two are not mutually exclusive, but this is mutually exclusive. This is E1, E2 are mutually exclusive. E1, E3 are not mutually exclusive. E2, E3 are not mutually exclusive, but E1, E2 are mutually exclusive in our example. Next, mutually exclusive. Next, exhaustive. Exhaustive events. Mutually exhaustive events. Exhaustive events. What is meant by exhaustive events? Exhaustive events. If E1, E2 and so on, En are E1, E2 only, are subsets of S, such that E1 union, E2 union, E3 union and so on En is nothing but at least one of E1, E2, En occurs is equal to sample space. Implies at least one of E1, E2 and so on En is equal to sample space. Is equal to sample space. Then such events are known as exhaustive events. Such events are known as exhaustive events. Here E1 union E2 union E3 is equal to what do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 means sample space. So E1, E2 and E3 are mutually exhaustive events. E1, E2, E3 are called as mutually exhaustive events. Mutually exhaustive means union of all the events equal to sample space. Union of all the events equal to sample space. Such events are called as mutually exhaustive events. Mutually exhaustive events. Next, you know power of a set. Already you learned at your 10th class. Power of a set. What is power of a set? Power of a set is nothing but all the subsets of the sample space. We will call universal set. All the subsets of the universal set in sets. Here universal set is sample space. So all the subsets of the sample space is called as power of the sample space. So represented with rho of S means power of sample space is nothing but all the subsets of the sample space. If sample space here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what are the subsets of sample space? What are subsets of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So, subsets of this are null sets or 1 2 or 1 2 3 or 2 3 like this. How many you can form? 2 power 6 128 subsets you can form. So you learned at your 10th class. What is this? Power of set. Power of set is all the subsets. All the subsets, whatever the subsets. Final subset is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the subset, final subset. So like this you can form the power of a set. Power of a set. Power of a set contains all the events, all the possible events, all the possible events, because event is a subset of S. All the subsets of S is called as power of a set. Power of a set. All these things you have learned at your 10th class. Just I repeated, it is needed for your basics. Next, equally likely events. Equally likely events. Equally likely events. Equally likely events. If all the events having the equal chances of occurrence, if all the events are having equal chances of occurrence, then they are called as equally likely events. Then they are called as equally likely events. If all the events of a sample space are equally likely, means equal chances of occurrence, then they are called as equally likely events. If I am tossing a coin, head and tail having the equal chance of occurrence. So head may come or tail may come, but outcome may be anything, but it is equal chances of head and tail. Such type of events are called as equally likely. Because sometimes you can, for example, if you are tossing a coin, chance of getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are same. So all are equal. So such type of events are called as equally likely events. Sometimes we will manipulate that such that 2 will not come. We will make this also 3. Means not having equal chances of occurrence. So when we are manipulating, we will get the equal chance of occurrence. Those are called as non-equally likely events, unequally likely events. These are equally likely events. So those are unlikely events. So equally likely means all are having the same chance of occurrence, are called as equally likely events. Now we will go for the definition of a probability. We will go for the definition of a probability. In a random experiment, in a probability definition of a probability. Definition of a probability. We are going for a definition of a probability. In a random experiment, in a random experiment, there are n possible mutually exclusive and exhaustive events, In a random experiment, there are n possible mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equally likely events. Events of which m events are favorable events, favorable to the occurrence of E. to the occurrence of n, of which m events are favorable to the occurrence of event E, occurrence of event E, then probability of event E is P of E equal to m by n. Probability of event E, P of E equal to m by n. What I am saying? In a random experiment, there are n possible outcomes. If I am conducting a random experiment, so all the possible outcomes are n, of which n possible outcomes, all are mutually exclusive exhaustive events and equally likely events, means all are having the equal chance of occurrence. Then in that m events are favorable to the particular event E, then probability of that event is known as P of E equal to m by n. Then probability of such event is m by n. P of E equal to m by n. Represented the P of E equal to m by n is called as probability of an event. For example, if I am conducting a experiment, tossing a coin for 2 times. Example, if I am tossing a coin for 2 times, all the possible outcomes. What are all the possible outcomes? Sample space. You may get head, tail, head, tail. These are the possible outcomes. So n is equal to all the possible outcomes I told. How many possible outcomes are from there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So n is equal to 4 are the possible outcomes. If I am conducting a experiment, these 4 are equally likely and exhaustive events. If I combine all, I will get sample space. Intersection of these two is 0, intersection of these two is 5, intersection of these two is 5. So there is no intersection. Equally likely, all have equal chances. So such type of events, then all the sample space contains such type of events. All such events, how many are there? N is 4. So n is nothing but number of sample events of the sample space. All the possible outcomes of the sample space. Number of possible outcomes of the sample space is called as n. Out of n, how many are favorable? For example, I am asking probability of getting 2 hits, probability of getting both hits if I am asking. So here by favorable condition. So what is the favorable to get both the hits? How many events are possible to favorable to m? So favorable to getting both hits. So there is only one elementary event or sample event, simple event, favorable to 2 hits. So m is equal to 1. So probability of getting both hits is 1 by 4. So P of E, if E is probability event of getting 2 hits I am considering, then P of E equal to 1 by 4. P of E equal to 1 by 4. Like if I am asking event is E is getting at least 1 hit, here all hits, 2 hits. E is getting at least 1 hit, then number of favorable outcomes getting at least 1 hit is 1, 2, 3. At least 1 hit means minimum 1 hit. It may be 1 hit or 2 hits. So favorable are 3. So P of E equal to m by n, that is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is the probability of getting at least 1 hit. 1 by 4 is the probability of getting both hits, 2 hits. So like this, we will calculate the probability. P of E equal to m by n. P of E equal to m by n always. What is m? M is number of favorable outcomes. N is total number of outcomes. So P of E equal to m by n. M is number of favorable outcomes and n is total number of outcomes. P of E equal to m by n. M is number of favorable outcomes. N is total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. Total number of outcomes. Next, if E is the event favorable to the getting E, M is the number of outcomes favorable to E, then P of E bar is called as complement of E. P of E bar is called as complement of E, means not occurrence of E. Not occurrence of E. Not occurrence of E. E bar is complement of E is known as E bar or E complement. E complement or E bar is one and same. So I am writing it as bar. So P of E bar or E complement is nothing but not occurrence of E. Not occurrence of E. How many events are favorable to not occurrence of E? There are not occurrence of E. Occurrence of E is M. E bar, P of E bar equal to number of non-occurrence. Occurrence is favorable M. So non-occurrence means total N. So non-occurrence means favorable are N minus M. So E bar favorable, events favorable to E bar, not occurrence of E is N minus M. By total outcomes are M. If you divide this N by N, 1 minus M by N, 1 minus M by N is nothing but 1 minus P of E. So P of E bar always equal to 1 minus P of E. P of E bar always equal to 1 minus P of E. Means if I bring P of E to this side, becomes P of E plus P of E bar. P of E plus P of E bar always equal to 1. P of E plus P of E bar always equal to 1. P of E plus P of E bar always equal to 1. Next, axiomatic approach to probability. Axiomatic approach or axiomatic definition for probability. Axiomatic approach to probability function. Probability function or probability. Axiomatic approach to probability function means what is meant by probability function? If P is a mapping from superset, what I told is superset of sample space rho of S to R. If P is a mapping from power of S, superset of power of S to the R. If P is a mapping from power of S to R such that number 1, P of E is always greater than or equal to 0 for every E belongs to power of S. For every E belongs to power of S, P of E greater than or equal to 0. P of E greater than or equal to 0. Next, P of S, probability of sample space is always equal to 1. Probability of sample space is always equal to 1. And most important, if E1 comma E2 belongs to power of S such that E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, such that E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, then P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. P of E1 plus P of E2. P of E1 plus P of E2. P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2 if E1 intersection E2 equal to 5. E1 intersection E2 equal to 5, then P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. So, a function P satisfying all these conditions, then P is called as a probability function. Then P is called as a probability function. So, then P is called as a probability function. Probability function. So, probability function definition says that if E1, E2 are disjoint set, E1, E2 are disjoint set intersection 5, then E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. Disjoint or mutually exclusive. Disjoint means no intersection. In probability we will call them as mutually exclusive. So if two mutually exclusive events are there, then union of the both equal to P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2.